This is, ow. Hello. So somebody asked me in my comments if I could do like a basic makeup like walkthrough kind of thing, because they're new to makeup, and I thought this would be a really good idea, so I'm going to make a mini series out of it, and all the videos will be posted throughout the rest of this week. So this is the first video, which we are going to talk about base makeup up to powder, and then like we'll do a bronzer, blush and highlight one, and then an eyes one, and then a lips one, and you get the gist kind of thing. And then I will also do a beginner's makeup bag, and for drugstore and high-end if you want to see a high-end one. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So starting off with primer, I like the Ordinary primer. It's a silicone based primer, and it fills in your pores, and it's a smoothing primer. This one's really cheap and inexpensive and can be bought on Beauty Bay, and it's really good. Sometimes if I'm doing a no makeup day, I'll just put this on and it like blurs the skin. So yeah, this is a silicone based primer. They do water based primers. And I'll show you another primer I have. They also have these putty primers. That's got something all over it. Which are also pore filling. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit. But these tend to collect, I don't know if you can see the dirt on it. So I tend to waste quite a bit of product wiping the layer off before I use it. This one is really good as well though. And it's also very inexpensive because it's from e.l.f. Yeah, but this one, if you put too much on, it makes your makeup look really cakey. You just need to decide what kind is best for you. This one's more of like a gel, and this one is, like I said, a putty. So I'm going to use this one and show you how to apply it. So I take, I don't know if you can see, but that much. And as you can see, oh, there's a hair in it on my finger. The texture is quite gel-like and sturdy, and I just put it on the cheeks in like the T-zone area, and the T-zone area is like your forehead, your nose, your chin, and then I include the cheeks as well. But your T-zone just tends to be this area. And I sort of like smooth it across. With some silicone primers, you want to pat it in. Like, I know they're professional. You need to pat it in, otherwise it gathers. And the chin. And then the last bit on the forehead. And I just run it down the nose and on the tip of the nose. You don't want too much on the tip of the nose though, otherwise you'll cake. The edges, and then I blend this up. And that's primer. You don't have to use primer, but I just find it helps my makeup last a lot longer and go on a lot smoother. So yeah, that is how I apply primer. So we'll go on to foundation. So there's different types of foundation. You have like a light coverage foundation, medium coverage foundation, high coverage foundation, and then you have matte and sheer, dewy, not sheer. Matte and dewy. And when looking at foundation, you also need to look at the shade of the foundation and make sure you get the correct match. So to do this, you can go to the counter. If you're buying a high-end one, if you go to Debenhams, they will usually colour match you. Or like any like MAC store or something, they'll do the match. That's what I did for this one, and it matched my skin when I had the skin tone I had when I got it. But yeah, and they also matched this one. I was very pale when they matched this one. So I'm going to show you the colour difference of all my foundations on, just to show you how important it is to get the colour right. So this is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, and this is in the shade Porcelain from Too Faced. And that's what the shade looks like on me. As you can see, it doesn't really match my jaw or my neck, and it's not a good match for the skin tone I am right now. I did get this after I'd been on holiday though, so it probably did match. And then I'm going to show you what one that's too light looks like, so I'm putting it on a different finger. This is the Naked Skin one by Urban Decay. Can you see how light that is? Oh dear. And then we have, that's in the shade 10WY. And the Pro Filter one in the shade 150. You see how that sort of like disappeared? Because it matches. That's a good match. And then we have the one I'm going to use today, which is very similar in tone to this one. Which you can see also matches my neck. Also matches my neck pretty well. See, you don't want to look too white and you don't want to look too orange, so you need to choose a colour that matches. So you can always just get your friend to rub it on your jawline in the store and see if it matches your neck. So applying the foundation, I like to use a beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques face sponge, and it's a nice size, and it's got this like more angled area for like under the eye, and it gets in all the cracks and crevices. And then this one, I like to use this side to like just buff everything out at the end, or if I'm doing like a large area. For the purpose of today's video and to make it a little more price friendly, I'm going to go with the Revolution one. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, so it's going to give you a lot of coverage. Yeah, this one's cruelty free as well, which is super good, and it's vegan. So for the application of this one, if you're using one with a pump, I like to pump it on the back of my hand and then dab the beauty blender in it and then dab it on. This one comes with a nice applicator that you can dot on the face. So I'm going to show you how I apply this. So I start off with a little bit. I like to like wipe off the foundation so I don't have too much. I like to start in the centre, and I will literally do a couple of dots here. Take the beauty sponge, and I'll just pat it. Make sure you use a patting motion, like pat, 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 not a sweeping motion. And then I add more as needed. Obviously it's not very full coverage right now because I've literally used the tiniest amount, and you don't need much. And I slowly spread it to the other areas of the face. Make sure you blend under the jawline. And then I do move on to the other cheek. And I'm going to do the forehead. So I just do a couple of lines for the forehead. Pat it on. Make sure you go up to the hairline for a more natural look, so it doesn't like you've just dumped your face in loads of makeup. And make sure to blend like here. So I find if I forget to do that, I end up with white lines like that. And it's not cute. And then you just continue to pat and blend until there's no harsh edges and it's the coverage you want. And you can add more foundation if you'd like. I'm going to keep it pretty simple today, so I'm just going to leave it at this. I also forgot to mention, I'm so dumb, you want to make sure the beauty blender is damp. So I tend to run it under the water and then squeeze it under the sink, and then I also get a towel and squeeze it a couple of times on the towel until it no longer soaks completely through the towel, but it's still like spongy and damp and the large size, but when you squeeze it, water's not going to fall out. So we're going to move on to concealer, and again I tried to keep it pretty price friendly. So I've got the Revolution Supersize Concealer. This is in the shade C6. So I'm going to use this one on blemishes, so I'm just going to wipe most of it off here and tap it onto the chin area. There's a bit of redness. And my forehead has a couple of spots today. Here. And then using the same beauty blender, I'm going to blend it in. Again, using patting motions. We're going to use a slightly more expensive one under the eye. This is the Nabla Close Up Full and Smooth Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Ivory, just to show you how to conceal under the eyes, because otherwise, like you can see, this is a lot lighter than this. Also has the nice doe foot applicator. And I just like to do starting like here. I don't like to go right up under the eye because I find it creases. I do a triangle like that. Basically, I like to turn myself into a clown. And then I'll apply a little teeny bit here, on the chin, and on the nose. And then, depending on the look I'm going for, if I'm going for a more natural look, I will just blend it out now. But if I'm going for a more glam look, which I could do a beginner's glam if you'd like, as part of the series, I'd leave it a bit, but I'm gonna just blend this out. You can see it just brightens up the under eye area. This lighting is so bad today. Yeah. Is it? First earrings.
The princess outside.
Were they mine?
Yeah, they were like the other. There is two pair. There was two pair, but there's only a box with one in, and a pair.
Well, I want them.
You want them, do you? They'll fit you. Do you want the odd one in case one goes missing?
Yeah.
I've left that upstairs, the odd one.
Okay, so then after I've blended all that in, using the sponge and making sure the lines are seamless, I like to go in with the powder, and the powder I always use, usually, is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder in the shade Translucent. And I like to take a big fluffy brush like this one. This is the B powder brush, so it's fairly inexpensive because it's a Superdrug's own brand. And I just swirl in the powder, tap off any excess, and then I'll pat it on. And then I'll swirl in circular motions around the rest of the face. Done. And that is the basics of my base makeup. Okay, so stay tuned for eyes and eyebrows in the next one. Thank you, bye.